be true to yourself and surround yourself with good people and take some risks. The people around me, they believe in me because I believe in me. It's all about being true to who you are.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good afternoon, Matt Westin. Previously, episode 2005 of the 12-Minute Convos podcast. It's been just 1 year, 1 month, 2 days, 17 hours, and 15 minutes since we last recorded that conversation.
Over the last 3 years, I've learned to accept change because it's a very crucial part of life. And without change, you can't grow.
That was then. This is now. Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. I remember just like it was yesterday, like that voice, that rich, silky, velvety voice that you held when I listened, specifically comparing your voice of singing to your speaking voice, right? It's really a difference when you listen.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people are surprised when they hear me sing. They're like, really? That's you? And then I start singing for them. They're like, oh, wow. Yeah, it is. So it's just my singing voice and my speaking voice, two different things.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah. Well, remember you said that it was inspired by Frank Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
But Frank still had that type of voice when he was speaking, right? Like you could say, yeah, it related, which is really cool. So tell me, what's evolved? What's going on in your world? Are you still in the music industry?
Oh, absolutely. I'd say even further involved in music than I was last time we spoke. I've had a couple singles come out in the last year that have really turned some heads. One of them is called Stomp On, and another one that just came out in September is called Hey Bro. And the lyric video for that was just put on independent country music TV or something. I forget the exact name. So I'm getting a lot of exposure and a lot of great response from people. And I'm really proud of these songs. And actually, about 2 months ago, I wrote a song in Nashville with this wonderful, wonderful songwriter, Joey Scott. She has some accolades. You know, she has a couple number one hits under her belt, Emmy nomination, and she's very well known and respected in the industry. And we wrote a song a couple months ago that I'll be recording before the end of this year. I'm really excited about this one. It's a tribute to the men and women of law enforcement and the struggles that they go through. And it's kind of support for them because they could really use it right now. It's not easy to be police officers. And I have a lot of friends who are in law enforcement. So this one came from the heart, and I think it's going to be special.
You continuously create from the heart. Hey Bro is a really great runoff to this next model that you're going into, because I saw in the video that there's the military there, right? So you really built that from that perspective, that I got your back, right? And yeah, I felt it. I'm in Trinidad, right? And I felt it from the perspective of having friends, right? And I felt the realness as well in your voice, that it feels as though you're that type of person, the ride or die individual. Is that accurate?
Oh, absolutely. You know, Hey Bro has quickly become my favorite of all of my songs so far, especially because my cousin was just in a really bad car accident a couple months ago, and he almost died. He was in intensive care for a month, but now he's doing great. And when he heard the song, Hey Bro, his reaction really touched my heart because he understands what it's like to be a brother from another mother and to just love someone unconditionally, and you got their back no matter what. And his reaction just really touched me, and it really brought home the meaning of what that song is all about. But yeah, that's the kind of guy that I was raised to be. And like I said, you know, in our previous interview, my debut album was dedicated to my father, and I wanted to make him proud. And I know he would have been so proud of Hey Bro, because it really reflects the man that he raised me to be. So absolutely, ride or die, like you said.
Within brotherhood, there's this relationship that happens, and of course it changes hands, right, according to the situation, where there is this father-son experience where one is looking out for the other and says something like that, right? It's more similar from an age perspective, right? Like, it just feels as though, hey, I can be corrected and I can correct you as well. Your father, I believe, and you can tell me if this is accurate or not, like he put that in you, that concept of integrity. It's very integral to have integrity in that type of relationship, would you say?
Without a doubt. he was the kind of guy that I was proud to call my father, and he showed me what it means to be a man and to be a man of your word and to have some courage and take care of those that you care about. So without a doubt, man, without a doubt, yeah.
Well, I want to say congratulations because I think it's a good idea in terms of channeling the music
Mhm.
that fits in an industry, right? Like there's this imagery when you think about the music, right?
Yeah,
Especially when you say Nashville, right? Like, yeah, like we're in it now. But when you take the music and you structure it in a way where it's gravitating to those who are walking everyday life of challenges,
yeah.
it's such of a great idea. I think it's even strategic. Did you set out to create that type of strategy or did this just fall into your lap?
Well, my producer, Brian Cole, actually, it's funny. I wrote that song about law enforcement with Joey Scott. Well, she was one of the writers on Hey Bro.
Hmm.
Her and my producer's friend, DJ Gleason, and they showed me the demo of this song. And immediately I said, I have to record this song. I have to. It's what I'm all about, and it's what I relate to. And I think a lot of other people will relate to it. It's a message that I want to convey, and it's part of the brand that I am building, the tough country persona with a heart of gold.
Hmm.
And this song really captures that. But it did kind of fall into my lap. My producer's best friend wrote the song, and it's like, hey, I think this song was written for you
Wow.
specifically. You know, it really just seemed like it was meant for me, and I'm very thankful for that.
Now, you've been around the block quite a bit. You're singing. Well, you jumped in here all inspired by your father. Like, you didn't map out that you were going to be singing. But it's been some years now, right? So you've gotten over that. When you look back,
Yeah.
do you have any regrets to see what you've accomplished over the time period?
Um, Honestly, I couldn't be more proud of where I've come from in the past few years since my father passed away. I never expected, if you told me 4 years ago that I would be a country recording artist and be speaking with someone from Trinidad, I would think you're crazy. And so, I really rebuilt myself from the ground up after losing him because I was in that dark, dark place that I had to pull myself out of. And in the last, let's see, my album came out January of 2018, so it's less than 2 years. I have become an internationally known recording artist, and I couldn't be more proud. As for regrets, no, no, I don't think I have any regrets. It's not, the starving artist, as they say, is the real thing, but I don't regret it at all. I just continue to try and raise the bar and move forward. So no regrets. You can't look back. No regrets.
Love it. You never mentioned your mother, though. And I didn't ask that then, but is she around as well?
Yes, yeah, she is. She's like my angel. She helps me in every single way possible through life. She's like my dad. I owe my parents everything. Yeah, I can't say enough about my mom. She's the toughest woman I've ever met. And she's like Mother Teresa, And
Yeah,
she's
she's
like,
like the introvert, but she's so active, right?
she's the salt of the earth, man. She just really sacrifices so much for other people. She's a nurse. So that's really what her life's always been about, taking care of other people. So.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, yeah, one of the core concepts that you held true to was being true to yourself, right?
Yeah, that's a concept that I really stick to. Be true to yourself and surround yourself with good people and take some risks. That's really what's gotten me so far so quickly in music, I think. It's just really been a blessing. The people around me, they believe in me because I believe in me. And it's all about being true to who you are. Otherwise, I think the art suffers and you come off as fake. So be true to yourself is number one for me.
My friend, it's a great pleasure to reconnect. It's a grand opportunity on my side, right? To check in. This call could have gone two ways, right? It could have been, hey, I'm not doing the same thing. I tested it. It hasn't worked. And I've left that out. Nevertheless, you are telling us that, hey, there is purpose in passion and you've executed that and here you go and you've continued. So well done, my friend. In closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I just want to say thank you for having me again. It's always great to speak with you. And thank you for the audience. I couldn't do this without you guys, so I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for my upcoming songs in the new year because I think we're going to continue to raise the bar and put out a message that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah, from Redneck of the Woods all the way now to Hey Bro, right? So it's really amazing. And to hear the quality of the singer, Matt Westin, of course, you can check him out anywhere music is available. But you can also go to mattwestin.com. Matt, again, a pleasure. I treasure, my friend. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.